All right, welcome everybody. I'm going to give a class on how to remove the supercharger clutch gear. We did one video on it before, a couple years ago, and we're in the situation again where we're going to be doing another switch over of the supercharger clutch sprag or bearing, whatever you want to call it. This is on a 2020 GP 1800R, and I'm going to be removing some of the bolts. I've already removed a couple bolts here and here. You have to take the support off to be able to get to those bolts back right there on the back side. So I'm going to be removing this, the actual supercharger itself, and then down there is the oil pump, which I'll be removing. Okay, I have removed the bracket, the supercharger holding bracket. Actually, it's the bracket that holds the intercooler, and I took that one off so far. All right, there are 6 bolts to hold the supercharger in. We got 4. Big ones, 11 millimeter, and we got 2 small ones, 10 millimeters. Okay, now that the supercharger is off, I'll be taking off the water pump. The oil pump right there. I'll be taking off that oil pump. You have to take off the oiling line right there. You have to loosen it on the back side. This is a place where some people put their oil pressure gauge, but I have to loosen up that, take off the little 8 millimeter bolt. The bolt that you see right here is a banjo bolt, and it has 2 seals, one on the outside, one on the inside, that must come off. And then there's 12 of these hex bolts that comes off, and the oil pump will come off of the front of the engine. So this is one of the bolts that go to the oil line, right there. And then you have to take off that 8 millimeter, and then that other 12 millimeter got to come all the way off. That's the feed for the oil coming from the oil pump. Okay, so far I have gotten 10 of the bolts off of the perimeter of the oil pump, and I'm pretty sure that's all of them. I have been taking the mirror to go around, and I'm going to check one more time before I try and pop that gasket off. There's one bolt that's in the center right here, that goes in right here, and I'm going to show you once I get the oil pump off that a lot of people don't know about that blind bolt. Okay. All right, here are all the tools that I use. The only time I use the air ratchet, it was for the bracket bolts for the intercooler right here. Other than that, it was all hand tools. This was for the crank bolt that holds on the clutch gear. They have a tool where you don't have to use it, but in the newer skis, they provide enough space for that. So this is all the tools involved. One of the main things is one of these number 5s. You can get the long ones, and what I did is I cut it. I cut about 1/4 of it off, and it was like the perfect length for all of the hex head screws that was in the housing. All right. So at this point, I'm going to stop for the night because I got all day tomorrow to finish up. But I got the supercharger back on, torqued down, and all the other bolts, the oil line feed bolts, they're all tight. And all I have left tomorrow is the water cooling line that goes down there on top of the oil filter housing right here. And I'm gonna hang that up there so I don't forget it. And the tube for the supercharger, the intake tube. Mine's have the blow-off valve on it right here. It protects, it's there to protect the clutch. I'm sure as hard as I ride, that clutch would have been gone. So I've gotten, let me see, 2.5 years, and the clutch just went bad, and I grew right hard. So there is no easy riding. And we mainly do rough water, which is where that gear really kind of lets loose, that clutch gear. But so I'm almost finished. If you have any questions, feel free to post them. I'll answer them as soon as I can. Notice I slid my jet ski back. Normally I prop up a piece of wood, but I put a piece of protector on the back by my nozzle, and all I did was slid my jet ski back to let the weight of the jet ski hold the trailer up. That way it gives you good angles to get at that inside the hull for anything really. And then I put wheel chalk so that it won't roll back. So that's the angle that you really want. It makes it real easy to lean over the hull. If you take it off of the trailer, it's too low. If you lay it down the other way, it's too high. So this is like the perfect scenario. All right. So this is the clutch gear disassembled. So you have one section that sits in there like that, and then this clip is the retainer clip that holds it in. So you pretty much get some snap ring pliers, squeeze on your clip. You gotta flip this over, and you tap on the back side to get the outer gear off. And when it comes out like this. This is the part that the clutch bearing rolls on. And as you can see inside is the clutch roller bearing. That washer right there goes down in there, and you can tell which side it rides on by those indentations. Alright, that rolls like that. And then this is the clutch bearing. Alright, and if you see the distortion right there, every other one has got a little distortion. And what's happening is these little rollers, these bearings, they start getting twisted sideways, and they start bending because of the torque. So I'll spin this around, and you can see there go another one that's bent. So this one didn't completely let go. When it's completely let go, these right here are twisted all out, and these bearings start falling out when you take them out of the main gear housing. There go another one. You can see it's tweaked right there. So that's how you know that this bearing is bad. So you can get the replacement bearings on eBay. Alright, it's a place out of Poland. Also PWC parts, which is Seneca Boat Sales. You can get them from them, or you can go to Riva Racing, and you can get the whole gear set. There's several ways you can go. So I always keep at least one gear set together and one extra roller bearing, sprag bearing, clutch bearing, whatever you want to call it. It works like a sprag, one-way clutch.